All right, we are live for the 43rd episode of the
Let's Go podcast. A basketball podcast coming your way. Super exciting as we are featuring the ultimate showdown. Could be the greatest Jewish basketball showdown in the history of any Jewish basketball league. Is coming Sunday. We are super pumped to have Logan on the podcast, and we have a man known as Dube or Dubes or Dubin excited and ready to roll. This week's gonna be an awesome showdown. Dave, take it away.
So we, as Avi mentioned, the softball season. We started as a softball league. We have the Hillcrest Softball League. In fact, I'm wearing my HSL sweatshirt, but we're actually changing it hopefully to HSL Sports because we now have this basketball league, which Avi was great at recruiting.
HSL Youth also.
Oh wow, HSL Youth as well. Avi's always marketing.
I gotta get one of those.
No, you can't.
By the way,
Only staff. If you want to join the HSL staff, you could give us a call. We'll interview you. You get it, staff, and we're glad we'll give you apparel. Although we are working on a sponsor that might be able to benefit everyone in the HSL.
wow.
Stay tuned.
I'll look into it.
So we Avi recruited a basketball league. We have two teams that have really distinguished themselves on the basketball court. We have the Link Home Care, who you guys are playing against this Sunday, and we have the Under 5'10 Pipe Doctor, who you guys are captained by Caleb Pollen, who we had on the podcast a few weeks ago.
Shout out to him. Shout out.
Shlita.
Yeah, tell me
Shout
more
out.
about Shlita. He seems like a great guy.
Dube, you want to take this?
Dude, Caleb is just, honestly, he's a mentor to me. He's taught me so much. He's taught me also how to play the game. Me and Caleb went to La Vie together, I think 3 summers ago, and we won a championship together. So that's when we really, achieved some greatness together. But otherwise, he's one of my favorite guys of all time.
He's
Seriously.
a mentor in basketball or in life?
Life and basketball. He's taught me so many things. He taught me how to be a lockdown defender. If you watch him play defense, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Caleb's
What did he
been messaging me all week. He said Wasser ain't scoring a point. I said I
Not one.
love the intensity, but if you know Wasser is more of. And by the way, I don't care. We tried getting Wasser on this podcast. He said absolutely no way. He doesn't have time.
getting him
It's
on
not
this?
his thing. So big thumbs down. Big thumbs down to Wasser on the podcast. I don't know what happened with Allswing, but the whole Link Home Care team, big thumbs down to you guys. Although you better come back for the winter, which the plan is obviously that they will be. But big thumbs down to these guys not being able to have some fun with it. It could be it's an anxiety thing, which if it is,
Well, we had what's his name on? Didn't we have on Levenger?
We had Levenger on, but Levenger on before the season. This is the biggest point of the regular season.
Who's Levenger? Levenger's their captain?
Yeah, Levenger's 5'9", rock. He's like a rock. He's like a 5'9" ball.
I know.
Not
That's
not
scary.
athletic, like strong,
Scary.
very strong. He's a very strong kid.
Wait, so I want to get back to something. So Dubes, Caleb taught you how to be a lockdown defender. What has he taught you about life?
It's a good question. He just, I've had some ups and downs in my life, and he's guided me through all of them. I mean, listen, whenever I have a problem, the person I'm calling is Caleb. He's guided me through a lot of tough situations, and he's just a great mentor to me. That's really, I can't get into the details of what happened, but he's always there for his friends, and
That's really special.
he's my MVP. He's my MVP. He's my MVP.
This is going straight to Steve Pollen Schlieta, obviously.
Yeah.
So do you guys know
Pollen
Caleb's
watches the
dad?
pod?
He's a
Of
big
course, Steve
softball.
watches every one of our podcasts. He's glued.
So you guys know Caleb's dad, Steve, is like a big softball legend in the area. You know about that?
Of course. Everyone knows about him here.
So where are you fellas from? Logan, let's start with you. Let's get some background on you guys. So we're introducing you to the league. One of the nice things about these podcasts is people feel like they get to know the other people. They put a personality, they put a person to the face and the skills and the talent. So Logan, where are you from? Where are you from and how old are you?
I'm from the 5 towns. I'm 21. That's how I know Steve Pollen, obviously, from the 5 towns. Everyone here knows about Steve Pollen. Best pitcher in the league,
Whoa, hold up.
One of the best pitchers in the league?
One of the best.
We have a new sheriff in town. A guy named Yossi Kaufman just took 2 championships in a row from Steve. So,
I wasn't referring.
Avi Edelman, the commissioner, is a.
Oh, you pitch also?
He's an outstanding. Avi's an outstanding pitcher.
Say the least.
I hear. My bad.
Anyway,
I got third best pitcher there is.
Steve's the third best pitcher. Yeah. So you're from which of the 5 towns are you from?
I'm from Hewlett Neck. I don't know if you guys live here or know what that is, but it's like kind of rare.
I've heard of it.
Isn't it Hewlett? What's Hewlett Neck?
It's like on the outskirts. It's more like Woodmere, honestly. I don't even know, but I guess Woodmere just to keep it simple, you know.
Hewlett Neck is where people who have a lot of money live, right?
chill,
I don't know about that, but
chill.
chill. Nah, not really. It's simple, you know.
It's
But
Pasha. You're Pasha to Yidden in Hewlett Neck. So
yeah,
how
yeah,
did
yeah.
you? So how did you? So where did you go to high school?
I went to DRS. I think our whole team went to DRS actually, besides
So are
me
you
and
the
Dube.
same grade as Caleb?
No, I'm a year down, but like we like grew up together, you know. Went to H Kodesh together.
Did you overlap with the legendary Gabe Leifer?
Mm.
No, yeah, I think he's like 5 years older than me.
Ah, so you
I
missed
knew
him.
about the legendary Gabe Leifer. Everyone knows about him, but
You know,
I
actually,
never
Gabe
overlapped.
Leifer was gonna play in our league. Like, real
This
talk, was gonna
this
play.
one,
That's not fair. That's not fair. That's
He
not
was
we're not
fair.
going.
letting him play.
He was going. No, he was going. Not in the winter. He was gonna play in the fall. There was another league that he was in. I forget where. Maybe somewhere in Teaneck. And it wasn't going to happen, and I think it worked out last second, so he ended up not joining. But he was actually going to play in our league. There was a whole team that was going to come in just from those guys, but they ended up backing out last second because their league ended up happening when it wasn't going to happen originally.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been cool.
That would have been very cool.
I still do think
I
that
don't know who would guard him, but we'll
the
figure
big
it
man
out.
Allsway and going up against under 5'10" pipe doctor would have given a run for his money.
How big is that kid?
You'll see on Sunday.
I
He's a
saw
big
him
kid.
once. He's got to be like 6'5", 6'6",
No,
right?
I don't think. I think he's 6'3", 6'4", but it's more. He's very long. He's very long and he's super athletic. That's his strength.
Dube, you guard him, Dube?
Can he dunk?
Yeah, you could. Well, he had a
Easily?
bad finger at the beginning of the season, so he purposely didn't because he didn't want to hurt his finger, but he definitely could. Dave, let's
Like,
get to know
wow,
Dube a little
okay.
bit here. Dube's biting at the bit. He wants to tell everyone about himself.
So yeah, so let's get to Dubes. So just to give our audience an introduction, Dubes, I didn't know who he was, and then under 5'10" pipe doctor, we're missing some guys, and Avi calls me and he says, "There's this guy playing tonight. His name is Dubes," and I said, "Wow." And I wasn't expecting you to be so yeshivish looking, honestly. I was expecting.
Yeah. I don't like that.
I actually
He's
thought
not yeshivish. He's not
the way
yeshivish.
Avi was talking about you, I actually thought you might be black. To be
I'll take it. I'll take anything I can get. That's respect right there.
So, Dubes is Jake Dube. Your last name isn't Dube, is it?
Dube. Jake Dube.
That's really your last name?
That's my last name. My
you-
father's last name, at least.
You guys don't know Mike Dube?
What?
Who's
You
Mike
guys don't
Dube?
know Mike Dube?
Who's Mike Dube?
No.
Wow.
We're
That's
old.
crazy. You don't know who Mike
Crazy.
Dube is.
Who's Mike Dube?
Crazy. A
Dude,
legend.
tell him who Mike Dube is.
Dude, he's a legend. That's all I have to say. There's nothing else
It's
I can say.
Dube's father, probably the most famous person I know.
From where? Where's he famous from?
I can't even explain it, Dube.
He's
Dube.
associated he's in New Jersey. He's in New Jersey. We live in Englewood, New Jersey. So he's very famous. Like, probably he's not like in the Jewish community famous.
He's
Like,
famous. He's famous.
He
Could I,
does a
if
lot of
I
chesed.
Google,
He does a lot of chesed.
if I Google
Is
him
he-
right now, what will come up?
Is
Yes,
he an
he will
executive
come
life
up.
coach?
Him.
Yes, that's part of what he does. Yes. You could see
What
his
does he do?
website. You could
Coach
see
Mike
everything.
Dube.
Yes,
Wow.
you see his Instagram. You can see all
Executive
the
life
stuff.
coach.
Yeah, he runs a huge charity also, Sharing Seats. Shout out Sharing Seats. Yeah,
Does he have a
he's
place in
big
Hewlett
time.
Neck? Does he have a place in Hewlett Neck?
His twin brother lives in Cedarhurst.
Cedarhurst, okay.
Dave, I'm
Wow.
gonna follow him on Instagram. Let's see if he.
I already followed him.
No, from HSL. HSL's account. We're gonna follow him.
Oh, okay. I'm a step ahead of you. Okay,
Let's
so
see.
Let's see if Mike Dube gives us a follow back. Maybe
He
after
will.
this
He will. He
Sunday.
will. He will. He will.
Maybe after this Sunday, we'll have some good highlights to post about Jake Dube, and he'll repost us. And
Maybe he'll come to the game.
Yeah.
Wow. He would come to the game. Honestly, he probably would.
Dube, you told him you were 40?
Yeah. He was like, I'm not surprised. I'm like, yeah, I know you're not surprised.
Yeah, so we're about to get into
That's
this, Dave. So what were you saying? See, what was going on with Dube? What was the
No,
hot?
so I heard about Mr. Dubes. I heard he's lighting up the basketball court, and now we have the man, the legend himself. So you're a late season addition to under 5'10" pipe doctor.
Late
And-
season, yep.
Are you going to be playoff eligible?
So, listen, I
This
don't
is
know.
actually
Yeah,
a
yeah.
last second development, by the way, Dubes. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
aware of this. Me and Caleb had a conversation. There is a rule, an injury exemption rule. So it got complicated because, as you know, Ari Hoffman, big Mazel Tov, wedding coming up very shortly, is not going to be able to play in the playoffs, at least according to Caleb Pollen. So Caleb told me that, the injury exemption rule where you could have one player who plays 2 games to qualify, we have a wedding exemption rule. So after going through the board, we decided that there is going to be a wedding exemption.
Wow.
Who's on the
big.
board? Who's on the board? I wasn't asked about this.
I can't talk about it on the board.
How do I get on the board?
You got to be more. You got to show up to You got to show up to one game, Dave. One event to be on the board. Anyways, after the meeting, Jake Dube, if he does play Sunday, will play 2 games and will be eligible for the playoffs. Ari Hoffman obviously is a great player as well, who he'll be missing. So we'll see if Dube shows up. But if Dube shows up, he will be able to play in the playoffs. There'll be a lot of people watching this. They'll be very unhappy, but the board decided what the board decided.
So Dube's a late season addition, and you're obviously very talented.
I like to think so. I'm humble though. I do my thing. That's it. I let my game do the talking. That's it.
So you grew up in Englewood?
I was born and raised in Englewood, New Jersey. Correct.
How old are you now?
I'm 21 years old.
So same age as Logan.
Same age.
And how do you two know each other?
The truth is we go way back, but we didn't become boys until our first COVID summer in La Vie 2020. That's when we really became close.
Dube was a mediocre basketball player back then.
Yeah, I was mid.
I didn't see him for like 3 years. Next time I saw him, he was the best Jewish ball player I've ever seen.
So, Dube, where'd you get good? So, where'd you get so good from? If you were mid throughout your whole,
like I said, so I played middle school basketball, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I was always like, I started some years.
He was good, but he wasn't so good.
I didn't hit puberty till like 11th grade, so I was still like this chubby little kid. I would chuck up threes and I would hit them. Like I would shoot very nicely from 3. I was afraid to drive to the basket. I would pass. I sucked at defense. Shooting was my only thing I could do. Since 3rd grade till about 10th, 11th grade. No, more like 11th grade. And then I started working out. I hit puberty. I grew to 6'3", and then in Israel I just took over.
6'3"?
In Israel, I learned how to dribble, drive, and then I also had the shooting I had my whole life. So when you're 6'3", you're big and you're shooting, bro, no Jew could stop that.
Especially when you're playing against Jews.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
How tall is Mike Dube?
He's 6'1", 6'1.5".
You surpassed him.
I surpassed him.
Wow.
But
he's ripped, though. He's ripped.
Yeah, he's big. He's really big. He's strong.
So I'm actually curious, Logan. Have you seen Link Home? Like have you seen them play at all this season? Overlap, like after you guys, before you guys?
So I've been hearing about Wasser for like the last 5 years now. I never even put a name to his face, a face to his name. But I like stayed for one game, like a little, or I think I got there a little early one game, and I watched them play, and they look good. They look good. But
how about? I'm just curious. How about Pacey Jacoby? Isn't he also like from the Jersey?
He's good. Is he on the team?
Yeah, Pacey's on the team. Yeah.
Dude, you know who that is?
Yeah, bro. He's really good. I know him from high school. Like,
is he better than you?
We can go to the same high school. Listen, I don't think anyone's better than me until I see them play, but I know he was really good.
So Jacoby,
Dude, you started off very modest. You know, you say you're like, thank you Hashem for helping me, whatever it is, what it is, and then 2 minutes later, I assume nobody's better than me until I see them play. So
yeah,
you got some swagger, huh?
So Jacoby's the number 3, I think. Jacoby, meaning Wasser is he's the man of the hour. Also, he's the big man down low, runs the pick and roll really well, and Jacoby is just the shooting guard. When they need a bucket, they go to Jacoby. Give away the scattering report. So it's a really good team. I'm very curious because, Dave, you weren't there, and I love my boy Gav Rosenbluth. They're 3-3. They're 3-4. They're a solid team. When they show up with their players, they compete, but they were blown out of the water. And Dube had 40 points. Even the shots. Dube had an awesome game. Even he could have had 50. Missed a lot of open. Not a lot, but a lot of opportunities down low for Dube. That he just missed also. He could have easily hit 50. I wouldn't say it was an easy 40-point game, but it was.
It was easy.
He was hitting his 3-point shots, but it looked. It looked very clean. It looked very thorough. It didn't look like he was, gassed at the end.
Yeah, are Dubes and Ari Hoffman in the same conversation, or Dubes is a cut? Is it? Aha! So this is a major upgrade, Logan.
They're different players. Like Dubes, Ari. At least I only saw him play twice, but it seems like more of like a methodical, like pick and roll guy. Get a rebound mid range, like that's.
He's very good, Ari.
Dubes is more of a star, it seems like at
thank
least.
You guys, thank you, appreciate
but
that.
I'm very curious this coming Sunday. Something makes Link Holmgren very special. Aside from the fact that they have, in my opinion, the best Jewish basketball player around. Which I haven't seen enough of Dube, but
wait, tell me, who's this Wasser guy? How tall is he?
Wasser's not tall. 6 feet tall, maybe 5'11". Yeshiva guy.
What is he good at?
You wouldn't think much of him. You watch him play Sunday, you'll see. He's not a scorer. I was actually getting into this before Dave, you cut me off to go back to Logan Feldman's life. So Kayla messaged me. He said, Wasser's not scoring a point. We're putting the clamps on him. I said, I love the tenacity. I love the aggressiveness. Wasser will score maybe, against a bad team, yeah, he'll just knock down every shot he takes. Against good teams, he's not looking to shoot. He's looking to get the ball to Jacoby, to Allswing, to Levenger. He'll score maybe 8 to 15 points, but the guy will get 12 rebounds. He'll get 11 assists. He just breaks down defenses. You'll see. He doesn't look scary. He doesn't look intimidating. He just also these guys have been playing together for years. I mean, I don't know how many.
They
years.
all know each other.
They all know each other. They've been playing together in the same team in camp and Shoresh for a very long time. So they're all very familiar with each other. They're really the opposite of your team.
None of us even play ball besides for Dube.
Right, I'm seeing what I've seen of your team. You guys are very fast, up and down the court, hustle, very strong on defense. They're not really they're just a very methodical team. They pick and rolls, they run plays. They're just really efficient. That's why I'm excited to see. But so I told Caleb, I said, your victory would be, Wasser having 2 assists or, a couple of rebounds or, you breaking them down on offense, driving by. And Wasser is not really looking to score, against a team that has a really good defensive team.
Here, we got to figure out who's guarding who.
Yeah,
I didn't know about this Jacoby guy. We're gonna have to figure something out about that.
Jacoby, the pure score. So we got the Dube versus Allswing matchup, and we got Wasser versus Caleb.
How do you know who's matching up against?
Well, Dube 6'2", 6'3", Allswing 6'2", 6'3". Who else are you putting on Allswing? You're put what's his face in Allswing?
So
actually,
defense is
not necessarily because Dube you play outside, right? You don't play inside so much.
Yeah, Dube's probably not gonna guard him.
What's his face? The guy with 24.
My older brother.
Yeah, your brother. 24 boards last week, I think.
Yeah,
maybe not.
24.
Yeah. 24.
That's a lot of rebounds.
Yeah, monster game last week. A fun matchup. It's gonna be very exciting. What I need is, Dave, before you take over 1 second, I need under 5'10" Pipe Doctor to really put the clamps on Link. Link right now thinks that there's no one in this league that can even come close to them. Even though there were a couple of games that they won by 3 or 4 points. One game was, we were missing all of our shots. The other game was, we came short-handed. We were tired. So even the games they won by a little bit, there was an excuse after excuse. They're coming with their full team this week. I need a complete and utter blowout of Link Home Care. That's what I need. I need a humble blowout. I'll be the most happiest man on earth to see them. Obviously, I'll be happy to see them lose in the playoffs. Not because I don't want them to win. They're, my uncle's company sponsors their team. So I hope they do win. But I also need some humbling on their end this week. So I need you guys to improve.
Dube, you heard the man.
I heard the man.
So why wasn't Dube on the original roster?
Oh, that's a good question. Should I tell you? So I'll tell you. Caleb approached me back in August about joining this league, and I was like, you know what? I'm down. I'm in. But then I was already committed to a league as a. Shout out to my boy Zach Kleshtik. He's my point guard for my other league, which we're 7-1. We're in first place. It's called the JBA. The JBA.
Where is it?
In the city. It's in the city. It's the biggest league in the city for all Jews.
Okay.
It's
non-Jewish, I'm assuming.
No. Only Jewish.
Only Jewish? JBA?
A guy named Avi Baron runs it. He's the commissioner.
Oh, okay. I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was. Listen, it's not easy to commit to Queens on Sunday night and Thursday nights. I thought the place would be like one subway right away. Like, listen, 45 minutes, get off on. But listen, for this game I have to come to, I have to get on a bus, then get on a subway, and then bus, and then another bus, and then I had to Uber because I was lost. So it's really complicated getting to wherever the games are. So once I realized that how hard it would be, I was like, Caleb, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I have to flake. I can't commit. I felt bad. I told him, listen, I already paid him, take my money, but he was nice enough to take it back, and he found another guy. But I wanted to play, but it just didn't work out with the timing, unfortunately.
Where do you live? The Upper West Side?
I live in Soho.
In Soho.
Right next to Mocha Burger, the best.
And
I can't give Mocha Burger a shout out until
Can you take an LIR? Can you take an LIR somewhere or no?
Probably, but I stick to what I know. I know how the buses work and the subways, kind of. I don't really know how
Dude, but maybe
works.
time to invest in a car.
Well, I live in the city. Where am I? I have a car at home. What can I do with a car in the city?
We'll sponsor your part. The league will sponsor your part.
The league will pay for Dick's parking.
Okay, say that. Say it. Say that.
Depending on what happens this week, if Dube goes 3 for 15 from the floor and puts up 11 points,
Dude, it's too whatever.
Bro, dude, the pressure's on you, bro.
Dude, I don't deal with the pressure, bro. There's no pressure, bro. There's no pressure. No pressure.
Actually, Jake, where did you go to high school?
I went to Yeshiva Frisch.
Yeshiva Frisch. Were you on the basketball team?
I was not. I tried out 9th, 10th, 11th grade. I didn't make any of those years.
So then,
even though 10th grade, I thought I deserved to, but I didn't.
So you missed all the elevated social standing that comes with being on a basketball team in high school. You missed that entire thing. Wow, what a letdown.
I'm just curious, by the way, just asking, Logan, you can answer this question because Dube's never going to answer this. Is Dube a big name in basketball that this is not we're just not familiar with? Like, do people talk about Dube as a star, like Wasser's talked about, or like is his name out there, or is just like between you guys, like he's played and you guys know of him, so he happens to be like.
I mean, we're older now. If this was him in high school, he would be the biggest name of all time. I don't know if you guys know Zevi Samet on YU, but like Zevi Samet was like the biggest name ever when we were in high school.
Yeah.
Jojo Walensky, biggest name ever when we were in high school.
Shout
So
out those boys.
he would definitely be up there. I actually I literally told Dube after our last game that he should go play YU ball. Like they could definitely use a player like him. He's big. He shoots the lights out of the ball, you know. But I don't know. I'd say he definitely has a good name for himself. I'm saying.
So, Dube, you didn't play ball in high school, and you didn't play Yeshiva League, which is a big reason probably why they don't know you. And you also said you weren't
Correct.
good until recently.
I was always like solid. Like I could do my thing. I would shoot. Shooting threes is always my thing. So I made a name of myself shooting threes.
Okay, Logan, how about you? Did you play on DRS?
So I played in 9th and 10th grade, and then from 10th grade, like I barely picked up a basketball. So still a little rusty, but I'm working on getting it back. You know.
This is the first time you're playing competitively since then?
Like a real game. I mean, I played a little in yeshiva, but like a real game with like refs and everything, yeah, for sure.
Do you guys have a team rule that you have to wear white shirts? I wasn't expecting such a frum chevra. I mean, Jake, you're showing a lot of chest today, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm at work right now, so I'm in an office right now. So
What do you
see
do,
what's
dude?
going on outside?
Oh, a nice
I-
view.
Yeah,
What do you do?
I'm at the Rockefeller Plaza right now. I intern at a hedge fund right now.
Very nice. How about you, Logan? What are you up to?
So I learn in the mornings and I study for the LSAT in the afternoons.
And you
But
finished.
I wear the white shirt on the regular though.
Very nice. And you finished college already?
In the middle, Excelsior, so it's not very intense, but
It's what?
getting it done. Yeah. It's
What is it?
Excelsior. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's not very intense. So
CTC's
getting it done.
competition, Avi?
I don't know. I was going to say, Logan, you should have run it by us. We could have given you a program that you got a legit degree and do it in a short amount of time. We actually have a basketball team named after them, CTC. If you ever,
you run a different program?
Yeah, if you ever want to drop out of Excelsior, CTC is efficient. You're done in a year, and it's accepted by almost every big-time school or master
I hear. I'll look
program
into
out
it.
there. CTC.
My mom will probably shaft me, but I'll look into it.
Yeah, no, amazing program. We could send it your way. Like I said, they're the red team, the red basketball team. Their jerseys, CTC on it. It's the name. Community Testing Center is what it stands for. Gabriel Rosenbluth, his mother runs it, based out of LA, but now they're actually breaking into the Five Towns. You'll probably see them over in the Five Towns. They sponsor a team in the JSL. They're doing they're giving classes and I guess different like programs in the Five Towns to get the word and break themselves in there. So
Good for
spread
them.
the word. Look into it.
Jake, are you in college?
I'm in Baruch College.
Baruch.
How is?
Honestly, it's getting
Jojo
really
Levy.
tough.
Jojo Levy and Baruch.
I wouldn't know the name.
Am I wrong on that, Dave? Is he in Baruch? Remember he did his podcast?
I think he is. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, it's a big school though. So what were you saying, Jake?
Yeah, am I frozen right now?
We hear you, but your camera's off.
It's fine. You'll be fine though.
Yeah. Say it one more time.
How do you like Baruch?
It's a great school. I mean, the Hillel there is amazing. The people there are amazing. It's beautiful for Jewish people. But the classes are getting very challenging. So I'm really working my butt off trying to get straight A's. So that's what it is.
Very nice. All right, so guys, we have a feature that we do on this podcast called Rapid Fire. We usually do it with one of the people. So we're gonna pick Logan since he agreed to come on first. So Logan, I'm gonna ask you five questions very quickly. You have to answer them very quickly.
All right, let's do it.
I don't know you so well, so I can't get too controversial, but we'll try. We'll try to make it good.
Let's do it.
All right. Who's the best ball handler on under 5'10" Pipe Doctor?
A.B. Lowe.
All right. Who's the best defense on under 5'10" Pipe Doctor?
Jaron Feldman. Or Caleb Pollen on ball. Jaron Feldman inside.
Who's got the best shot on under 5'10" Pipe Doctor?
Does Dube count?
Sure.
Dube, for sure, Dube. Man.
Who do you want taking
Caleb Pollen, though? Shout out Caleb Pollen. I've never seen him make a jumper in my entire life. Kid's been making like turnaround fadeaways. I've never seen him do that before. So shout out Caleb Pollen.
Who do you want taking a big shot?
Dube. Or Ari Offin makes. I've never seen Ari Offin miss a game winner, but
Yeah,
lost, so I
we've
guess
never
now's
had
the
Ari on since his game tying and game winning shot week 3 or week 2. Never
Logan
showed.
Feldman or Jaron?
Jaron Feldman. I'm washed.
Which pollen is better? Do you like better, Caleb or Steve?
Steve, for sure. Steve, better athlete also.
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win Sunday night?
Under 5'10", pipe doctor. I got
Dube
us by
or
like 7. It's gonna be a good game, but I got us by 7. Dube is just him.
Dube or Wasser?
Dube. I mean, I've never seen him play, so whatever. But I honestly, I hope he lives up to the hype.
Let's do.
Just
By the way, I'm
as a
curious.
basketball fan.
I'm actually curious. I want to do
All
a
right, that's
quick
all.
game here. If you guys have a second before we go, I want to do a quick game of over under. Okay.
Let's do it.
All
Do you
right.
guys hear me? Do you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah,
Dude.
we
You're
can hear
on.
you.
You're just frozen, but
You're frozen.
it'll probably be blacked out. We're not gonna see your face the whole time frozen. It'll probably
Okay,
be blacked
no
out,
worries.
or it'll just be regular. But you could
Okay.
you could chime in here. Let's go over under. Ready, Logan? I'm gonna ask Logan because Dube's gonna be biased.
Yeah.
Over under 20 points for Dube.
Over. Raise that.
Over, you think?
That's got to be like minus 1,000.
No, I'm just giving you over unders. Over.
Okay,
We know
over.
Caleb Pollen's obsessed with his assists. Over
Yeah.
under 5 assists for Caleb Pollen.
Over. If he's kicking out the Dube, then over.
Over 5 assists. Okay. Over under 13 rebounds for your brother. Now remember who he's going up against.
You're saying he's going against the big guy.
Going
I'd
against
say
Austin.
over still. 13 is light work for him. He's a big guy. He's 6'3".
This is a very biased over under here, Dave. No, you're not gonna get any unders.
You guys are very confident.
All right,
I'm
so
less
now we're done with
biased.
under 5'10. Now let's go to Link. Ready? Over under 13 rebounds for Allswing.
Over. It's a long game.
All right. Over under 20 points for Jacoby.
Under. AB Lowe's gonna lock him down.
Maybe low. I gotta meet this.
Okay.
Kid.
Let's get a little bit more technical here. Over under 26 points, rebounds, and assists for Wasser.
I'll give
That was my next
a lot
question.
A lot of shooters out there.
That was
Easy
my
wins.
next question. My next
Over on the points.
over on the points. I
For sure.
was gonna give the total points at 118. You think over on 118?
What is it? 2 60-minute halves?
Yeah. The usual is there's sometimes teams that are. We haven't had a lot of 63 to 60 games. We had some lopsided 71 to 45 or 80 to 43. We never had really so assuming it's going to be a close game, 118 is a pretty high mark. You guys think the over? Jake, what do you think?
I think the over. I definitely think the over.
Dube himself is 50 points.
Nah, we'll see.
And let's get predictions. Logan, what do you think the final score is going to be?
I'd say 80 to 68 us.
80 to 68,
Maybe a little less. 70 to 58.
70 to 50. And
Wow,
dude, what do you think?
That's a beatdown.
I think.
That is a beatdown. Yeah.
Yeah, we got him.
I think it's gonna be neck and neck. I think like 55, 52.
So you're taking the under on the total then.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of good defense.
Write this down.
I hope that
I like that.
I hope this all comes to fruition because if Lane takes a nice beatdown with their full team there, that would be very refreshing. Now
They need it. They
do
I have a
need it.
question.
Yes.
How many guys can really just score on their team? 4,
So
5, 3?
I don't mind breaking down their team for a second. Like I said, Wasser is the man of the hour. He controls everything. He's their playmaker. He's their everything starts with Wasser. Allswing is a big pick and roll guy. He doesn't shoot much from the outside, but he's awesome in the post and he's awesome finisher inside. And then Jacoby and Levenger are their two. Jacoby is a straight scorer. Levenger is more that hits threes, big but small. He gets physical inside. He's short, so you think that he's not such a big inside. But if you put someone of his size or under him on him, he'll run through him literally like a rock, which is why I called him a rock before. And then they have this. Under the radar, Elnatan Aminoff, another really good scorer. He's overshadowed because of the 4 other guys on his team or 3 other guys on his team, so he's not going to be putting up 30 points. But you leave him open, he hits a shot every single time. And their last 2 guys, I don't know if you know the new social media sensation. He came onto the scene recently. Yoni Steinman, known as Steinbucks. Check him out on Instagram. You'll be literally laughing on the floor like myself and my wife was when we watched his videos on Instagram.
What does he do? He's a comedian?
A charity Instagram where he goes to different places and he gives some money. Trust me, everyone watching, and Dave, I want you to clip this. And Yoni, you're welcome for this, but I promise you it's worth it. It's like 20-second clips, Yoni Steinman.
Send me his Instagram. You didn't send it to me last time.
I will. Yoni Steinman on Instagram. He goes and gives charity to different stores, different places. He's hilarious. So he's a straight 3-point shooter. He'll hit 2, 3, 3. He'll be hitting 2 to 3 3-pointers every game. Then Ozzy Galbert, who's also more of a reserve role guy off the bench. But the 4 guys you're looking out for, the 2 scorers, and at least that are gonna looking to score, Jacoby and Levenger. Wasser is the man of the hour, and also is just a big man who's causing chaos down low. That's their team. 7 guys. They haven't showed up with anybody beside those 7 all season. They show up with 5 guys, sometimes 6 or 7, but that's it. They're a very tight-knit group. They've never showed up with anybody other than them 7, and I think that's who they're showing up with on Sunday.
All right, guys, we got to wrap in a minute. I have a quick question for you. When Caleb was on, I asked him about running plays, and he said, no, it's weird. It's weird to run plays. But then yeah, so fill me in on this because a different team told us they do run plays. So what's the story?
It's definitely weird, but we're gonna run plays for Dube to get open shots. That's it. Everything else is just motion. Pick and roll, off ball.
But I'm so curious.
Wait, so what's weird about running plays?
It's not weird.
Mad
but
cringy,
we're not good enough to run plays. We're little juice.
Really excited to see the Wasser.
Are
you guys gonna be in the building?
Oh, I'll be in the building like I always am.
I'm gonna try to come.
Are you actually?
Please.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to come. Yeah,
By the way, we actually have a big event leading up to your game. We have our youth league championship. So Annie's Kitchen, which you guys probably didn't hear of because you're not Queens boys. Annie's Kitchen sponsors one of our basketball teams actually, but he sponsors one of our youth teams also. So they're in the championship. So he's very graciously, and shout out to Annie's Kitchen, very graciously sponsoring food for all of our kids leagues from 4 to 7, which is leading right up to your game. What time are you guys playing, at 8 or 9?
I think 8, maybe 9.
Maybe there'll be some leftover food for you guys, but I'm hoping Dub is able to make it. What's at 9?
No, if the game is 9, that's late. I like to be under the covers by 10:15, the latest. No, I'm kidding.
But we'll see. Maybe there'll be some leftover food. But it should be a lot of fun. I'm really intrigued to see how, these guys, especially Wasser, he's not like he doesn't get inspired by too many people. I have a cousin in the Yeshiva League right now. I'll shout him out because last time I didn't. I mean, I did, but I didn't say his name. And my cousins got upset at me. Ezra Stern. He's in Or Torah is the name of the school.
Or Yisrael.
Or
Ezra
Yisrael.
Stern is an amazing basketball player.
My first cousin.
Yes, he is a really talented player. He's young and I know who he is. He's great.
Shout out Ezra. We love him.
Shout out.
Ezra actually wanted to come, and I spoke to Wasser, and Wasser was like, "No, we're not doing it. It's a lose-lose." I'm like, "Come on, Wasser." Ezra wanted to, they're from Teaneck, but he said that he would love to come down to run like a scrimmage game, and it'll help his team out, his school out. He wants to play the best of the best. Very competitive kid. He said he wants to play Link Home Care. So, I was thinking, I tried getting Link to play, and they said, nah. Like, Levenger was like, yeah, let's do it. But Jacoby and Wasser were like, nah, it's not worth our time. Maybe we should have them play against you guys. They want to play competitive ball. They want a good, good scrimmages to play against. They actually had a tough loss last night against MTA. I was with my cousin for Shabbos a few months ago, and he was telling me how MTA is one of the worst teams in the Yeshiva League. So I messaged him after. I said, what's going on? How'd you lose? He said he didn't get the ball the second half, which actually is true. I watched the live stream.
That's tough.
But they're 1-2. They lost a tough game, I think, to SAR. They lost a really good team, and then they lost last night to MTA. So they're not off to the best start, but he's been balling out. He's been playing really, really well.
Let me just say that Ezra Stern is way too advanced for his age. Meaning, he gives me a run for my money. He's on the level I am. I think he's right up there.
I tried telling Wasser. Actually, Wasser also heard of Ezra Stern. He also heard of my cousin. Wasser, he's a good player. But he doesn't know how to play yet. He said he just scores. He said he's not a smart player.
He has sick handle. Yeah, he's more of like a one-on-one player. Like one-on-one, I was having a very hard time guarding him.
Yeah, I was watching his
highlights last night. We gotta wrap, guys. Logan's got to go, and so thanks so much for coming on. Good luck Sunday night. Hopefully we'll do this again. Hopefully we'll do this again soon. It's good to meet you, Dubes and Logan.
Well, hopefully for their sake, we'll be doing this again as a championship preview, right?
Amen.
It's a shame.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys for having me.